Caretaker Matt here. I want to talk briefly about a movie called The Exorcist Believer. This movie is directed by David Gordon Green, who gave us Halloween 2018. Phenomenal movie, got back to the roots of what made Halloween great. Should have been the end of that franchise, but when a movie does as well as that movie did and breaks box office records for horror movies, they're gonna make more. Can't blame them, except they shouldn't have. So Exorcist Believer, they got the rights to Exorcist. We all thought, wrongfully, but we all thought they were going to remake The Exorcist. Thank Christ they did not. But what they did instead was make a direct sequel, which seems to be the very popular thing, a direct sequel to the first one. They did that with Halloween. They did it with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, unfortunately. And now they did it with Exorcist. This movie wasn't bad, but it's also not good. There's some good stuff that happens in it, but the whole group exorcism at the end just was a bit much. The idea of the two girls being lost and then coming back and being possessed, loved all of that. The first 2/3 of the movie, really liked what they were doing. And then all of a sudden it became this like, well, let's have everyone from every denomination here to Power of Christ compels these two girls. Bit much. And they couldn't do it without the priest. Okay, well, whatever. So this movie probably should not have been done by David Gordon Green. He had a very nice pacing and nice style for Halloween, but Exorcist takes someone else's touch. I mean, no one can live up to William Friedkin. You just can't. That guy is the reigning champ of all time when it comes to a horror movie, because The Exorcist is #1. So you're the reigning champ. Doesn't matter what else you did. You have the #1 scariest movie of all time. But there's some good news on the horizon for those of us that love The Exorcist. And that is that the next one is being talked right now to be directed by the one and only Mike Flanagan. Now, if that is true, if he actually signs on the dotted line and gives us the next Exorcist movie, good Lord, I cannot wait to see what Mike Flanagan does with The Exorcist. His pacing, his way to tell story. A lot of his stuff is more of ghosts, but the way that he tells his story and slow burns it and builds the dread, we need somebody that knows how to handle that topic and handle The Exorcist. And if there's anyone you're going to call in, if there's a ringer you're going to call to the bullpen, give me Vaughn, it's Mike Flanagan. You need him. If you're going to do a series, which seems to be what they're planning on doing, if you're going to do a series of these, you need Mike Flanagan to right this ship. And I can't imagine anyone better currently in horror as a director that could do a better job with The Exorcist than Mike Flanagan. So if that's true, if we're getting Flanagan to direct the next Exorcist movie, then I'll bygones be bygones to David Gordon Green. You tried, but bring in Flanagan. Let's get this shit back on course. This Caretaker Matt, over and out.